What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with an exciting video here in regards to my Dark Dimension 6 progress. We are starting the last and final node of the global section here, and I cannot wait to be done, just because I know others have speculated and confirmed this is easily the hardest section of Dark Dimension 6, so I just want to get through it and then work my way to Cosmic and City and so forth. So having said that, guys, the exact same roster I've been utilizing, which is Captain America, Black Widow, Nemesis, Captain Carter, and as well as Baby Apocalypse. So having said that, let's get right to it. Now, with this first attempt, I actually made a really good attack on it just because I was waiting for the right setup. You're going to see that at very starting things off, they're going to be doing a lot of burst damage. And wow, like just look at how Black Widow can even tank a full ultimate from Archangel. It just speaks on her abilities and her stat increases, right? So first and foremost, because we started with Apocalypse's cooldowns, we actually go ahead and use the ultimate actually on Nemesis there after stunning with Black Widow. So the reason being is because Nemesis is one of the first ones we want to be focusing on, with him providing sustain for the team, but as well that synergy with the Death Seed. So we want to eliminate him, but also be mindful obviously here of Archangel and as well as Dark Beast, just because they have that full Death Seed synergy, but thankfully they don't have their raid benefits and buffs. So looking really good. Finally get the chance here. Boom, easy cleanup of our first enemy down, so we're looking really good here. There's plenty of bleeds thanks to Nemesis, so in a really good spot. When you are able to, we want to be able to control or ability block at least Archangel, so that way he's not using his abilities, right? Relatively, he has some pretty low cooldown, so making sure that he at least is controlled is going to make it much easier for us. Now, when able to do so, I would recommend also stunning and controlling Shuri, so that way she is not healing the rest of the team. And you can see here, she ends up being the second character that I finish off in this initial wave. And that's a pretty good order because we're essentially taking down a strong healer and as well as someone that can grant energy and so have other supportive capabilities. But, you know, having said that, it does leave some pretty high damage dealers in this first wave, which is why we need to control the Archangel and Dark Beast, because they can do a lot. They can wreak a lot of havoc if you leave them out of control for too long. But thankfully, you know, our abilities were timed really good, and just like that, boom, 3 enemies down, and now we can actually start focusing on not just Killmonger because he's weakened, but as well as Archangel. You can see there, boom, Killmonger goes down with the bleed, and now we're just targeting Archangel to finish him off. And then that's going to leave you know, both Phantom X and Dazzler as the last two, which is a really good last two, because we can build up some energy before the next wave. But be mindful of the fact that this wave does come soon as well. And boom, just like that, Archangel goes down, and we can slowly take our time, build up our energies and abilities, because the good news is that this is a nice opportunity where you do actually need the full clear for the next wave. So we can actually take our time, we can both of them, and once they're fully good to go, it does spawn the next wave. And this is pretty much where the start of the carnage begins, because you're going to see wave after wave. We're going to get a lot of these repetitive characters, especially Zombie Iron Man and Hela. Those would be the two that I would focus in this initial wave. But you can see we're also up against Kestrel, the Black Panthers, and as well as Shuri. So from the get-go, I did actually stun Kestrel in that corner there and do damage to her, just because she's a strong damage dealer, and controlling those characters can at least kind of let us build up energy once again during this wave, but as well kind of gauge how the damage output overall is from these folks. So I mean, we're looking pretty good still, but you can see this is just a sample of how powerful Zombie Iron Man can be. And you can see just like that, my Captain America falls, but we actually opt to target for Hela because of the fact that we want to be able to take her down, so that way Zombie Iron Man doesn't come back alive. And what makes him dangerous in Dark Dimension 6 is, you know, his scaling, but as well he can gain control of our allies to have those controlled mind control abilities, right? So unfortunately, we did lose Black Widow, but we were able to bring back Captain America, because we pretty much at this point are just trying to take down Hela and do as much damage as we can. This wave, there's just no avoiding it. They're a very strong wave, and we're going to be seeing them wave after wave, so we get used to them. But thankfully, like I said, the bleeds actually are having a really good impact right now, and we're just trying to clean up is essentially what we started here. But you can see how problematic both Greg and Zombie Iron Man is when you have this Hela kind of sticking around and making sure to revive them every single time. So Kestrel, another good one here. Thankfully, with the defense up and all the protection, we were able to soak up the damage there. But now we're just cleaning up here and doing as much damage as we can. And boom, just like that, we're just pretty much there finishing off Hela. And now at this point, I would just take the L and not use any abilities, because we were at least made this a very meaningful first attack here. Now, we're going to first start focusing in this next attack here on the damage dealers. But again, you'll see with some of the resets where I got a little luckier and almost getting taken down with Black Widow, but thankfully she was able to shoulder the burden. But yeah, Zombie Iron Man, he's a big one to focus for, but we want to take advantage of Baby Apocalypse's ult as well. So someone that I found dealing a lot of damage in this wave was actually Black Panther 1 million. So he is going to be one that we're going to be focusing on with the ultimate. But again, setting up the stage here. This wave should be okay now that they use some of their abilities from the last wave. Just so be mindful of that. But we also have to build up our some of our abilities again, especially the ultimates, and building up our energy. So that's why, you know, Captain America, I love the fact that he has such low cooldowns. So something we're going to do with this node that's a little different from the one we've done is usually we use Apocalypse's ultimate non-stop the moment we can. But for this one, we're actually going to take down some enemies first before doing so. And I found that's what was kind of most effective for me. So because we know Hela is no longer present, we can actually take down Zombie Iron Man. And I did not want to use my ultimate right from the get-go, because there's going to be a very devastating next wave that comes with many buffs, and I want the timing just right. So you'll see here, we're going to actually focus on taking down Zombie Iron Man and then get that wave to spawn and then trigger Apocalypse's ultimate. We're going to hold that ultimate until that time comes. Moment of truth here. We're going to go ahead, finish off Zombie Iron Man. Again, Nemesis with the scaling, and boom, just like that. You're going to see here that this big wave spawns, double Shuri, another Hela actually. So that's the reason why you do need to focus on Zombie Iron Man ASAP in that attempt. So I'm glad the count ended up being really, really good for us. But then after this wave spawns, you just see how many buffs they get. This would be the opportune moment to use the ultimate for Apocalypse, because I'm used to using it ASAP just to take down a key enemy right away from the initial waves. But I mean, in this case, using the timing of that was extremely important. And now we have the Apocalypse ultimate to actually use at our disposal. I absolutely love the synergy when combined with Nemesis ultimate. You can just see how much havoc they do together. And even though this was a pretty scary wave, all those debuffs that we were able to add was huge against these enemies. And just like that, the second Hela does go down, but unfortunately, I did lose my Nemesis. So this is generally when I start losing my allies, that's kind of the trigger for me of it's probably going to be going south pretty soon here. But at this point now, then it's just about damage mitigation and trying to control and see what you need to do. Can we take down another enemy before we fall? So that is what we end up doing. We were just constantly targeting Kestrel, and again, stopping Nemesis with the stun on their side was able to at least kind of control the healing. But again, with two Shuris and a Nemesis, there's a lot of sustain if we're not able to control them. And you can see, unfortunately, I didn't know there was another wave coming. So then we know for sure this is done. But yeah, another Hela, another Zombie Iron Man mix, guys. So that's exactly why we have to take care of them, because if you let them build up, it is super bad news for this wave and node in general, if you have a bunch of them and all the Helas are able to keep those Zombie Iron Mans alive. Yeah, they take us down pretty quickly here. As you can see with the mind control, in one move, 2 of my allies can fall just like that. Yeah, this is just a dangerous wave, guys. I mean, at this point, I would just shoulder damage. But yeah, we know we have our work cut out for us. Now we are into the meat and potatoes of this node. So here we go, the last and final attack for this video. And like I said, this recurring pattern. Now what was interesting is that wave did spawn in the previous attack, but I like how it kind of resets a little bit because of the fact that it actually we progressed faster than we should have. So you'll see in this one we actually don't have a Hela. So we definitely 100% want to take advantage of that, especially at not having Zombie Iron Man here and Hela not being present. This is a big bonus for us because we want to essentially focus Zombie, and then obviously we know a new wave is coming here. So we definitely do not hesitate at all. And make sure you guys, like you said, like you see there in the corner, to stun or at least control some of the Shuris, because you'll find if you don't, they're just going to be continually healing. At least try to stop or slow down one of them, so that way it is a bit more manageable, because with a couple of these Wakandans walking over us and they have constant heals, same with this Nemesis, and then Zombie doing work with his AoEs, but as well as his mind control, it makes for a pretty devastating wave to go up against. But like I said, it was nice that we actually had this opportunity here to take down Zombie before Hela came. So I wanted to control Nemesis because I felt like there was a heal coming. I think the RNG and just the fact that most of his abilities to scale. And finally, that is when you see Hela being in the next wave here, and we're good because we were able to at least take down Zombie, and even if we go down, that's a big win for this attack. And you're gonna see pretty quickly here how bad 1 million Black Panther is, like in terms of his raw damage. Just look at that. He basically, with his abilities, he basically one-shot my Black Widow. And so, at this point, again, when we have an ally falling, that's when we have to start thinking about, is it going to chain and try to see if there's anybody weakened that we can slowly take down. I think Hela's a big one because of the fact that we've seen this recurring trend here of the revivables, especially Greg and Zombie. So she's definitely a good one to focus. The Wakandans are another good one to focus because you can just see how much work they're doing on us. And oops, sorry, I meant Captain Carter, not Black Widow. My Captain Carter was basically one shot. But you can see, yeah, just like that, boom, boom. They're basically now just slowly taking us down. So we want to be conserving our abilities because obviously at the end of the day, we don't want to waste any of them when we know we can make a more meaningful attempt. But they just let them use their ultimates, which is ideal. And that's why you don't try to control them at all, right? Make sure they're just bursting everything out, and it's going to put us in a good position. But yeah, overall, a really good first 3 attacks. I know this is probably going to take more because I've seen from other content creators and those that are going through it. This node definitely is going to be similar to my last node, where we're probably going to see, around that 10 attack range. But you can see with the first 3 attacks made a really meaningful dent. 1/3 of it gone. Really, the bulk of it coming from my first attack, right? But I'll keep you guys up to date. I really appreciate you guys following my videos. And thank you as always. I'll catch you guys in the next one.